Hello, happy Monday, and welcome to Freedom March. I'm Levan Miller. Thank you so much for joining us. You're listening to us on channel 103.5 The Beat, channel 224, that's on cable, channel 112, that's on Flow, and of course on ILTV Studios over on Facebook. But wherever you are choosing to listen, thank you for listening. As often, I'm joined in studio by the spiritual advisor extraordinary and plenipotentiary. He is the spiritual advisor, I'm told, for the whole Bahamas. Bradley Roll, welcome back to Freedom March.
Thank you so much. Good to be here. Indeed.
It's been a good weekend.
Yeah, it's been a short weekend.
Yeah.
Well, even though the days and the hours are the same, for some strange reason, this weekend just flew by so quickly.
What did you get into?
Work.
Wow.
Work. Yeah. I did some work. I'm hoping that my good friends down there at St. Cecilia's, I hope they were pleased with my work. I was able to clean up the entire churchyard for them on Saturday.
Wow.
So if you are, please call me.
Are they the Catholics?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thank you so much for the job. You're some gracious people, great people indeed, for supporting my business. But please let me know if you like the job that I did.
Yeah. I also see that they're doing some cleanups at that roundabout, so I guess that Freedom March can take credit for the roundabout at the Ringo the Flamingo getting a facelift.
Yeah, at the intersection there near Fusion.
Yeah. I see there's quite a bit of work going on over there.
So that actually tells us that apparently Freedom March is still popular.
If you want to advertise your business, see, I don't mix my grits with husk. You ever hear old people tell you that?
Mix your grits with husks.
Yeah.
Husk is similar, eh?
No, husk is the thing you shell off the corn.
Off the corn, yeah.
Right, so when you shell the corn...
So when you grind the corn...
You put trash in one box.
Oh, okay.
And you put corn in one box. But you know why? Because if you put the corn in the same box with the trash, you might throw away the corn.
Let me ask the question. If you grind up the corn and grind up the husk, what will be the difference?
So I'm saying, same thing. So when you crack the corn, because you have to crack the corn first in order to grind it, and you just get that hard shell. You put that in one thing, and you put the other stuff, which is the grits, to grind in a different compartment. I don't put my corn and trash in the same box.
Okay.
I don't put my grits in the same box as the husk. Grits and husk don't mix. Corn and trash don't mix. You follow it?
I got you.
Other than that, you might just throw your good corn away because it mixed up in the husk. So we ain't like them other TV show. If you serious about advertising your business, don't waste your time fooling around. I don't care what they tell you they discover. If it ain't Freedom March, my brother, you wasting your time and we ain't got time to waste. We'll see you on the next side of the break. Hello, welcome back to Freedom March. Thank you so much for staying with us through the break. I'm Leland Miller. Again, you're listening to us on channel 103.5 The Beat FM, channel 224 on cable, channel 112 over at Flow, and of course ILTV Studios on Facebook. Right out the gate, let me say a special shout out to my friends over at Island Connect. Hello, friends over at Island Connect. And also, let me say a special shout out to my friends over at the Kingsman Collection, because if you're not one of the Kingsmen, I don't know who you even are. So I invite you to go and check out my friends and tell them I send you. Usually that carries some weight, eh? As often, again, I'm joined by Bradley Roll, the spiritual advisor, extraordinary and plenipotentiary. And if Bradley is here, then that must mean that we have Holy Scripture. Bradley, what does the Holy Scripture have to say to us today?
Yeah, listen, I am extremely humble. I'm not extraordinary. I know you use these words to describe it, but I always like to take...
And plenipotentiary.
I have potential, but I like to take the humble road, you know what I mean? I just love to be humble in every facet of my life. I don't like the pomp and the pageantry. For some reason, I don't know why. Maybe it's the way I was brought up.
You know that the Apostle
I just
Paul,
like to take the humble road, you know what I mean?
the Apostle Paul admonishes us to all be like him, right?
Yeah, he had the special gift from God, yeah.
Right? But if you also remember, at some point Paul also had to remind Negroes that I, Paul, am a Roman citizen.
Not only that, he was also an apostle.
Yeah, and not just an apostle. I, Paul, am the apostle of the Lord.
Right, he wasn't called by man.
Yeah, man did not call him.
Man named, yeah.
And so, you know, I don't know if humility is one of the greatest overt things
I think it
in
could be.
Christianity.
I think it could be, because without it, you can't enter the kingdom. So humility is just one of those things that you need to have.
Who in the Christian faith, according to the stories you read in the Bible, do you suspect was or had kitten-like humility? Certainly not Jesus.
Jesus must have.
Certainly not Jesus. You think a humble guy walks into a quadrangle, walks into a synagogue, meets people in their casting lots?
Yeah.
Just tell me when you hear humility now.
Well, it has to.
And if we were to translate it, Jesus say, "Now I know you're going crazy."
Well, zeal consumed Jesus because he knew that house was specifically designed for a particular purpose. I think what got him upset was that house was being abused.
Right.
And not being used for its intended purpose.
Correct. Regulation was the message.
Right. And I think that drove him.
Because people were right in the quadrangle, casting lots, Jesus saying beat them.
And I think he basically was saying, y'all should know better than this man. Come on, you know.
No, I don't like that.
It isn't what they was doing, you know.
It was the fact that they opted not to have regulation. Y'all was doing it in the house of prayer.
Right. And it wasn't what they were doing.
Right.
It was actually where they were doing it.
Where they were doing it. Right. So some things, it ain't the what that wrong, it's the how that wrong. So Jesus said to them, y'all just lose y'all head, eh?
Y'all gotta be crazy. Not here.
Y'all ain't going crazy. Y'all look like y'all rich.
Not in my house.
And so that is one time. And then, of course, the woman tell Jesus she wanted Jesus to give her meal. And Jesus say, I look like I just get a churn bread to dogs. That didn't sound like humility to me.
Well, he was drawing a scenario.
Yeah.
And there were some people the Jewish didn't consider
the Gentiles.
Full breed.
Yeah.
You know, and all that kind of stuff. So,
right.
Yeah. So that's what it is.
Paul wasn't humble. Big time sword swinging Peter can't be humble.
They all were humble.
I don't know.
Because remember now, Jesus called these men from their profession, you know. Jesus, listen.
Put down your nets, follow me.
Come follow
I
me.
will make you fishers of men.
And humility is what really got them to there.
David wasn't humble. This one bunch of unhumble fellas.
They were all humble at some point. Anyhow.
All right, what does the scripture have for us?
Let's go. We got a very interesting conversation between Jesus and the Samaritan woman. And, of course, the disciples had gone into town to get food, from what I may have understood. And here comes the Samaritan woman. And Jesus stood well, and the conversation goes like this. And Jesus answered her, if you knew the gift of God and who is that asked you for a drink, you would have given him, and he would have given you living water. Sir, the woman said, you have nothing to draw with, and the well is deep. Where can you get this living water? Are you greater than our father Jacob, who gave us the well and drank from it himself, as did also his sons and his livestock? Go ahead, producer. Jesus answered, everyone who drinks this water will be thirsty again. But whoever drinks the water I give them will never thirst. Indeed, the water I give them will become in them a spring of water welling up to eternal life. The woman said to him, Sir, give me this water so that I won't get thirsty. I have to keep coming here to draw water. So obviously she misunderstood that. And that's understandable. He told her, go, call your husband, and come back. I always wonder, why did Jesus do that? Why did he tell this woman, go call your husband and come back? So the woman said, I have no husband, she replied. Jesus said, you're right when you say you have no husband. The fact is, you've had 5 husbands, and the man you now have is not your husband. What you have just said is quite true. So the woman said, I can see that you're a prophet. Our ancestors worship on this mountain, but you Jews claim that the place where we must worship is in Jerusalem, and it is so. Make no mistake about that. The woman, Jesus replied, believe me, a time is coming when you will worship the Father neither on this mountain nor in Jerusalem. You Samaritans worship what you do not know. We worship what we do know, for salvation is from the Jews. Yet a time is coming, and now has come, when the true worshipers will worship the Father in the Spirit and in truth, for they are the kind of worshipers the Father seeks. John 4, 10 to 24. God is a spirit. This is paramount here. God is a spirit, and his worshipers must worship in spirit and in truth. That's your worship, spirit and truth. I ended verse number 24 from the NIV. Thanks so much, producer. The word of God is always blessed.
Yeah. And then the other time I think about when
Go and call your husband.
The other time I think about when Jesus was in humble was when Jesus whispered into the ear of the man at the pool of Bethesda and say, are you not the man that was just laying by the pool? And the fella said, yeah, but when I get up, everybody keep asking me who do the miracle. I tell them you. And I was hungry, so I didn't leave. Jesus said, boy, let me tell you something. He said, no. He said, I wasn't trying to cause no harm, and if I harm anybody, I'm sorry. Jesus said, don't be sorry. Be lost from here before you never walk again. You hear me?
Or something worse happens.
Go
here.
now.
Yeah.
Don't be sorry.
I have to follow the story.
Yeah, don't be sorry. You just don't fool with this here. Time for you to leave, eh? That sound like a humble fella. Jesus said, because if you stay here, but you think you ain't walking 30 years, you'll see what I'll do to you. The next time you wouldn't even know.
I don't have to go back and look. I don't remember that. I don't remember that.
That's what Jesus told the man in the pool of Bethesda.
I don't know, man. Just be adding on some things, man.
I add that on?
I gotta go and check it out.
Oh,
let me check it tonight. Now, I'll let you know.
Jesus said, you better, sorry, you don't be sorry. You better be gone away from here. You thought you couldn't walk. If you don't leave now, you wouldn't even know what legs for. Anyway, so the woman at the tell Jesus, say, if you could give me some of that water. Jesus said, miss, again, that was so humble to me. Miss, if you know the kind of water I could give you. Boy, if I give you some of this water, you will never have thirst again in your life.
But he was talking about eternal life.
Eternal life,
yeah, I know. That was going to spring up into all those who...
You shall never run dry if I give you some of this. Yeah, water, man, I could drown you in it. Yeah, doesn't sound very...
Spiritual. There's a spiritual connotation there.
Of course, absolutely.
Yeah. You know?
I always like to read the Bible in my imagination sometimes. It is fun to do that, right? Fun fact about me is one of these days I want to write the Levin Miller version of the Holy Bible. So I want to read all the story. Of course, I might have to go and study a little bit of Greek. But, you know.
But you know, I don't know if you'll be able to do that. You have to translate from the original
I could just translate.
text.
I could just translate King James's translation.
I don't know if you could do that.
Why not?
They have copyright on those things, man.
Yeah, but I'm not going to repeat his words. I could just get just like how he extracted the text from somewhere.
Right, but so he went to original writings, and then he would translate.
So you think the New International Version and the ESV?
All of them did. All of them did.
All right, where you go to find the Greek stone with these things right now?
I think they're saying that the copies
Someone
of those,
tell me where the
they're in
Greek
London,
stone
I understand. They're in a museum in London, from what I understand.
And how much of these big slab of rock you think it is?
I don't know. I think
my
it's
point. I
on parchment, I understand. It's on
I
this
can't have time
paper.
for that. I could just pick up King James one and translate his translation.
Boy, I don't know.
What they could do, put me in jail?
No, I guess they won't really
King
trust
James
it.
and dead, I think he can sue me. And guess what? An estate can't sue. So who can sue me? The estate of King James?
We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, I think I could pull that off. And we shall have the Levin Miller version of the copy of the King James Bible. Sounds perfect. And I will credit him in the, in the little front page piece. What you call that? I could give him credit there. I also met the daughter of my grade 3 teacher, Miss Robinson, this weekend. She's the teacher that I credit for curing my stammering fiasco as a child.
Primary school teacher.
Yeah, Miss Robinson. That's when I used to go to special languages class. You know that?
Okay.
And so while I was in special languages, Miss Robinson, praise the Lord, cure my stammering. And you see, I don't stammer no more.
Which is good.
Yeah.
Well, thank God for that, eh?
I have her in my mind right beneath Benny Hinn. Benny Hinn, Miss Robinson. Yeah? Just like how Benny Hinn could cure you with a white jacket, Miss Robinson could cure you with a book. And you will never stammer again. Here I am as a living witness. And lastly, I also want to say that I think, spiritual advisor, the more we talk on this show, the more you don't give me credit for having given birth to something that is phenomenal.
Which is?
Are you aware that every day I move throughout the society and among the corridors of this island, and only to find that the FNA is healthy, cue my jingle, is healthy and growing, and is growing robustly.
Don't believe that.
In leaps and in bounds.
Yeah,
I was out last evening.
Hold
on. Unsolicited support. Last evening I was out, and there was a plethora of young women that fropped me, all proud to be FNAs, right? On Friday, I braved the weather, and I think the FNA has a new meeting place, by the way. It's a secret location out west by a place named The Bok.
The FNA?
Listen to me. When I went by The Bok on Friday.
The who?
The Bok, the B-O-K.
Okay.
On Friday, which I'm going to, for the purpose of this exercise, brand them as the new meeting place of the FNA, right? I went there and there were a dozen FNAs sitting there.
12.
And we sat there and we had good strategic conversation, and we were able to plot the way forward about what exactly it would take for the FNA to become the party of choice in this country. And so I'm very pleased.
So you got 12 disciples.
I'm very pleased that I got that 12. I got the plethora of women that I met out by the Arawaki last evening. I was over there at my cousin Marinetto's on yesterday evening with my little cousin, the one with the plenty eyes in his name. He mommy put all kind of eye in his name. I can call it soon, right? And they had a wonderful little time. And guess what? FNAs were also there. And so as I move around this Commonwealth, FNAs, my brother, are popping up all around and that's what's what motivated me to put on my black polka dot shirt today, because I wanted to let them know that the FNA is gaining steam, and we are trudging ahead towards victory. Victory, whatever the cost. Victory, no matter how long, and even if we have to stand alone. Cue my jingle so that I could rally the spirit of FNAs, all FNAs everywhere. I want you to blow your horn in traffic so that people could know that you under no circumstance would be a PLP. And they wouldn't let you be an FNM. And to be a COI is just in itself folly. But my friend, if you can't be FNM, then no one could stop you from being FNA.
Cause we don't play. Come go this way and vote for the FNA. We are the FNA because we don't play. Come go this way and vote for the FNA. Tell them take the FNA because we don't play. Come go this way and vote for the FNA. When they shout PLP, just say no way. You're going with us in the FNA. The FNM done lost their way, and we don't play, we vote in FNA. The COI have a plan, they say, but the best plan is to go with the FNA. We are the FNA.
And so, wherever you are as an FNA all across this land, I want you to blow your horns in solidarity and let these bunch of PLPs and the few FNMs that we could still find know that we are FNA, and Bradley, we don't play.
All right, we'll see.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's no seat party.
What? We're not listening to you. We're not listening to you. Yeah, so to my little cousin Kiyashi, he had a party yesterday. I never see a 2-year-old throw a party like that in my whole life, Bradley. This was the best party I ever see a 2-year-old throw. It's amazing.
Wow.
Yeah. They asked me for you yesterday, by the way.
Yeah?
Yeah, and I told
Okay.
them, I said, listen, you know, Bradley is wayward, but I will look forward to bringing Bradley out at some point.
Sundays today I go and meet with the Christians, man.
Yeah. Well, but they didn't say you have to meet with the
Yes.
Christians. They say the brethren.
Well,
So I had brethren there.
these are Christians
Yeah.
who follow Christ. You know?
Yes, of course, naturally. But you must break bread together on your knees. And they had wonderful plates of food there
Oh, yeah?
yesterday. Oh, yes.
Okay, great.
Yeah, and they had a few Baptist sodas and all sorts of things to make you want to jump and shout. Yeah.
Indeed. Ooh, wow.
Yeah. And so it would have been a wonderful time had you come. I had a wonderful time yesterday.
A 2-year-old party?
It was the best 2-year-old party I ever been to in my life, actually.
Wow.
Yeah, this 2-year-old, he don't throw no little party. The cooler them don't run out. I don't get it. I don't know he wake. But it was fun. It was fun.
Indeed.
Anyway, we go on to the break. When we get back on the next side of the break, I feel the need to just invigorate FNAs because I want them to not become weary in their well-doing, Bradley, for we shall reap in due season if we faint not. Stand up, FNAs, and be proud. Wherever you are, make sure that they know that no one in this country could stop you from being a FNA. Hello, welcome back to Freedom March. Thank you for staying with us through the break. I'm Levan Miller. You're listening to us on channel 103.5, the Beat FM, channel 224, channel 112, and of course on ILTV studios. So today, I want to talk about some things, right? I'm going to talk about, firstly, the crossing guards that you all have appointed. Glennis Anna Martin, I think they come under your purview as the Minister of Education, but if they do not come under your purview, then that would mean that they also come under the remit of JoBeth Colby Davis, yes? As the Minister of Transportation. Could we get some caps for those people? Because you can't use your stop sign as a shade from the sun. Because now you're confusing the motorists. And today, while I was driving, I noticed that the people that are supposed to be letting the children cross the road, the children weren't out of school as yet, but because there was nothing to shade them from the sun, they found themselves holding the stop sign in a manner to try and protect them from the elements. And I said to myself, well, why didn't they just give these people baseball caps or bandoleros?
But they have on a jacket that says RTDs.
They have on a safety vest, yes.
Yeah, but it says RTD, which is Road Traffic Department.
So not Glennis Anna Martin.
No.
So that's JoBeth Colby Davis.
Yeah.
JoBeth Colby Davis.
Yeah.
Please buy the people some umbrella hat at least, or something, some baseball cap or bandolero. I don't know. Pay another, you're probably paying them minimum wage. Just pay another Negro with an umbrella. I don't really care how they get it done. But it is difficult when you maneuver through traffic, because what I noticed was happening was people were braking unnecessarily on that dual carriageway because they could see the stop signs. And so, you know, in order to introduce new things or new systems, you have to make sure you get it right. You know what I mean? Like we like to half-born the baby in this country, and I don't know why we just do that, right? I want us to stop that. So get them some hats, baseball caps, I don't know, a straw hat. I don't really care what kind of shade it is. But get them something so that they can keep the sign down at their sides until it's time to put it up in the air before you all call someone, you know, one of them, Tedder might be driving, all Tedder see is red sign, Tedder slam brakes in the front of me. I ain't slamming no brakes because I ain't see no children. And from what I observed, the woman on the sidewalk, so she can't be being no crossing guard right now. But Tedder see the red, Tedder slam brakes. Next thing you know, I park into the back seat.
Right. So let me ask a question. So these
Crossing guards.
crossing guards, basically their job is to make sure that the children are able to negotiate across.
Right.
From the school across the street, wherever it is that they need to go, whether it's on a bus or to their parents' car.
I guess.
That's
Or
what's it
certainly
for?
to get them across the pedestrian crossing, because that's the...
All right. So here's what I noticed about a particular school. I'm not going to call the name, but there are lunch vendors that are on the eastern side of this school, right? And so what's happening is a lot of students are crossing from the school to the lunch vendors after school, and then crossing back from the lunch vendors back into the campus, and then crossing back from the school, cross to the lunch vendors. And I'm saying to myself,
Anatole Rogers, that's what you mean. Go on.
is this an abuse of the crossing?
It must be.
Because what it does, it really slows traffic down to a standstill. Because I'm thinking to cross across the street, it's a final thing for you.
Sure.
Because you get
That's not a rule, but
yeah, I mean, yeah. Because you're moving from the side where the school is. You need to get your car or to the bus and head on home. But these kids are constantly crossing back.
Yeah, Anatole Rogers, they do it to my annoyance as well.
I'd be like, man, we'll be here all day.
No, I agree. And so what has to happen is you may need, in situations like that, you might need police presence around the school to manage the flow of traffic during, you know, school
Yeah,
and time.
because you can find yourself, if you're coming, in my case, from Marshall Road West, and I'm going to make that left to go Fayette Avenue South. No, north, north.
Right, no, and that's it.
Because I'm trying to get to the studio.
Right.
And
It takes you about 7 minutes from that corner past
at least 9 minutes at times. Because the kids are back and forth.
Yeah.
I'd be like, man, look here. What are they
And
doing?
the question becomes, why can't the lunch vendor just go on the premises? I mean, you know, I went to another government school that said some ridiculous nonsense to me that outside food isn't allowed on the school campus. And I asked them, does the school have a cafeteria? Because if it have a lunch woman, she bring down lunch from home. So what you mean outside food ain't allowed here? So unless you're all cooking this in a kitchen somewhere in the back here, I think this is a redundant policy. And I'm saying it ain't like you banning the children from eating this
No,
stuff.
and I'm
It's
not.
literally
Yeah, right. I'm
across
not
the
saying
street.
that. Yeah, and lunch vendors, don't get offended. I'm not trying to take food out your mouth. I'm
No,
just
I'm trying to help them, put them in the gate. See, we like to have, there's a scripture in the Bible that says that that they have a form of godliness, but they deny the power. You know, that's scripture.
Yeah.
We like to have the form of decency or the form of healthy living, right? So we will say something silly like sugary products are not permitted to be sold.
I think they're
on
banned. They have banned those
on
things
the school
officially. Yeah,
campus.
yeah.
Man, what you mean? And I could throw a rock in this woman's back trunk. What we talking about? I could stand by the principal office and throw a rock in the woman's back trunk. It ain't on the school campus, but what stops the child from walking right across the street, buying the fun dip, and walking the contraband right back onto the school premises?
Well, maybe they can't because I think it's been banned off the school
I think
premises,
we just be
right?
doing one bunch of brass polishing around here. Listen to what I'm trying to tell you, all right? Some things only look like a good policy decision. Do you think it is better or worse to risk, okay, the candy could kill the child, right?
Well, it's certainly
might.
unhealthy after a
It might.
while.
The candy might
Rot
kill the
your
child.
teeth and all that kind of stuff.
Knocking him down with a car will more likely kill him as well.
No, that's
Which
right.
of the kill is worse or better?
Now, listen, Remy Jean,
If I hit him with this car, he'll be dead as could be. You know how dead that is?
not necessarily. He just may be injured and end up in PMH. But we eat we eat a lot of now and later and think back. Remember that? Now and later, candy corn.
Now you eat now and later or you eat now and later? Because you
Never later, you know what I mean?
Oh.
You remember Mr. Chico Stick and all them different
because
things?
the people name
We
they
used to
can't eat
kill
now
them.
and later, but we never call it now. We
Right.
call it now and later.
They didn't kill us.
Right. But everything is kill these new children. They can't stay alive. I don't understand them.
Yeah.
They die so easy.
Then we had the red and yellow candy. I forget what they call them, pear drops.
That's what they name, red and yellow candy.
Yeah, okay.
Why you keep trying to find, what is wrong with this man?
I thought they used to call them pear drops.
No, you ever call them pear drop from
No,
you born?
but what it is good, eh?
Producer, you
Oh.
ever call them pear drop? You even ain't know what them
Producer,
candy name.
You remember red and yellow candy?
They name red and yellow candy. Yeah.
That's what it's
You
called
around
them?
here with the pear drop. And you ever hear anybody call it that?
I think they call them pear drop.
Oh boy.
Anyhow, but it didn't kill us. But it is what it is. But I don't know. Something, I don't want to ruffle feathers and cause people who do sell
No,
these
Bradley, but
children.
sense is sense.
But these kids are back and forth.
Sense is sense.
I'd be like, man, come on, man. And the thing about it, the person who has on the road traffic department jacket knows full well that these are the same kids who 4 minutes earlier
Yeah, but
you
they
let
have
cross
a
the
job.
street.
But they have a job, Bradley.
And you let them right back across the street.
And if they come across,
And they get right back across the
and if
street.
they come across,
And they come right back.
1,000 times. It's her job to walk there with the little red
God.
stick and hold it up in the air. That's her job. All right. Now, while we're on this topic, here's another thing I want Jobed Colby Davis do for me. I want you all, and if somebody driving past it, take a picture of it and send it to me. There's one stupid little crossing right by COB. It is the most scatterbrained foolishness I've ever seen, right?
It has a light
Yeah.
and a thing.
Do you know what the sign says? The sign says stop on red.
Is there red?
Of course there is a red.
Okay.
But the intellectuals you all have attending this institution of higher learning, obviously they can't read because none of them has never pressed the button, right? And the ones that could read just press the button and don't even wait on the light to get on red.
So is there a sign on the box that says push to walk?
The sign say push button to walk, yes. The sign for the drivers says stop on red. Yet there are some buffoons that like to sit in the back of me and blow their horn like I can't read what that sign say. That sign says stop on red.
Yeah, it's a lot of things we have to change in this country.
I want a police sit right there. Madam Commissioner of Police, let me help you put $1,000 in the treasury every week. Right there by COB, you even ain't need no motorcycle police. You could put 2 police on pension with a 6-shooter there and a ticket book. And let them stand right there, and every time one of these idiots drive across this red light with the clearly marked sign that says stop on red, you just give them a ticket for running the red light. And then we will shift the culture, Bradley. And I also want you to give out some tickets to these bunch of higher learning people who's supposed to be the future academias of tomorrow, right? They're supposed to be the upper echelons of intelligentsia, right? But they can't read what a very primitive sign says. Push to walk. Stop on red. Do you think any one of these people is wait till this light they press it and just like sheep cross the road? They remind me of a bunch of nanny goat. You ever see nanny goat cross the road?
They're different from Billy Goat, eh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And them people in COB, you all might say just knock this down. It makes no sense, right? Jobed Colby Davis, I want you to put one of your crossing monitor people right there, so that, because that also causes quite a bit of a traffic jam, because these children of the COB, they supposed to be man and woman.
Yeah.
They 19.
At least 17, 18.
And they up and down, backing and forward and across this road. And you know the one thing old people always admonish you against, Bradley?
That is.
Too much up and down and.
Yeah.
Old people have two rules, Bradley. Old people ain't want no up and down, and they ain't want no backing and forwarding. Why is this man laughing? I lying on old people?
Yeah, I've heard it a few times before.
Well, how come they keep letting these children in
Back and
COB getting away with all of this bunch of backing and forwarding all day? What in that library or bookstore they keep needing to go for?
Well, I don't know. Maybe make photocopies of things. The
1,000 trips a day?
The library is really set up pretty nice. So.
1,000 trips a
Oh
day?
yeah, they also have classrooms on that side where the thing.
Bradley, I want to cross and guard
Yeah.
to go down. Madam Minister of Transportation, I don't ask for nothing. I serious, like, I'm one of the only people that ain't really want nothing from a politician. But if you do this one thing for me, I will say, Jobed, all the days of my life, I shall sing your praises. If you put one crossing guard right by COB so that these idiots could stop, one, crossing the road when the light ain't red, and two, running the red light while people crossing the road.
Yeah, they have put somebody to man that.
And Madam Commissioner, I want you to help her. You're the best commissioner we ever had. All these other commissioners, they can't shake a candlestick in the same room as you. I never see a commissioner like you before in all of my days. And I know, I have every confidence in the world that you, being the best commissioner I've ever seen, could get this done, and you could get it done post-haste with time to spare.
Now, we have a text right from a school that says, well, a teacher in particular, lunch vendors have a specific contract with the government that sells specific types of food. The vendors that you see outside of the school premises, the reason why they are out is because they're selling food that has not been approved by the Ministry of Education. So they're selling processed junk food forbidden to sell on campus.
So you could just sell it right in the school teat. You could sell it.
Okay.
You see how it's nonsense?
Okay.
You see how it's nonsense?
There are persons who have a permit to sell.
And okay.
Oh, there are persons who have a permit to sell, before school or after school. A lunch vendor is licensed by the Ministry of Education and pay for license to provide health lunch for the children at school. They are to be 50 to 100 feet away. Who are to be 50 to 100 feet away from the school? Which ones?
The unregulated people.
Oh.
But how that makes sense? So you telling me, Glennis, man, you all help me with making sense around this place.
Okay.
So what your argument is that it is better for one of these children to get killed from a car than to let him have a fun dip?
Okay.
Is that your argument? Are you suggesting to me that it is better for little Pookie to get knocked from an F-150 than it is for him to have a push pop? It is a scatterbrain concept. These people's their minds are way free, you know. I don't even know where. Do they have cogent thought? Are you suggesting to me that the whole Ministry of Education sit down? PS, US, FS, FAS. Who else the hell in there? Who else in there? SAS, all kind of S they have in these places. And you mean all these bunch of S's sit down and the only thing they could come up with is you gotta sell the sugar 50 feet from the school? Man, come on.
50 to 100.
Come on. And we had a whole room full of S's come up with that? That can't be the policy.
Yeah. Now,
I'm not prepared to accept that. Tell them provide the doc. I'm not prepared to accept that.
No?
No, I'm not prepared to accept that. You trying to tell me that all you need to do is walk 50 feet from the school and you could kill the children with the sugar. But the sugar can't come on the school compound, which is safer, which actually the security or the police could monitor a little better, which would give less room for conflicts because the children would still be in the parameter of the school and car can't knock them in the school gate.
now somebody said that a student from Eleuthera was knocked down at that UB crossing a few weeks ago. So maybe the government really needs to look into that to avoid any further issues.
You hear me then ask the commissioner of police? You
before
know that this
somebody-
commissioner of police don't mess around. I have spoken.
What can they do though? What can they
She's
do?
the commissioner. What do you mean? What can the commissioner not do? What can the commissioner not do?
What can
Bradley?
road traffic do to improve that very same juncture right there?
They could put crossing guards.
Not juncture, people. It's well, it's a crossing. Sorry.
The commissioner could put a police right there every day between the high traffic hours of school transition in time.
You think they got men to do that?
Man, the commissioner got all kinds
They
of
can hardly find people who go to accident.
The commissioner, you don't worry
All
about
right.
it. You let the commissioner worry about it.
3 and
There's
4
a
hours,
reason
people
why.
waiting.
There is a reason why she's commissioner. There's a reason why all these button and pin on her uniform. You know what that means? That means she, every time you see a button, a pin, a ribbon, that means she good at figuring something out. Let her figure something out. But I'm saying to you that right there, we ain't been able to figure that out. I don't even know why they made that little cockeye thing. They should have made UB create or build an overpass. And then we ain't have to worry about these children. Yeah?
Yeah. Now, another vexing problem, not to be on this subject, another vexing problem that the government really needs to look into is this turn on red or yield on red, whatever.
That's Joe Bet again?
You know, the government, the law was changed that allows you to make
But you have to
turn on
blame
red.
Renwood Wells. And
No,
you have to blame Renwood Wells.
No.
Let me tell you something.
Let's
When Renwood Wells was
no.
the Minister of Transportation, Bradley Rule, I will tell you this. I enjoyed him as Minister of Transportation. Let me tell you why. Renwood Wells will put a policy into effect even if he put nothing else in effect. All right? And so, if you ask Renwood for something, he will deliver without delay.
Why have they corrected this problem?
Infrastructure, it's a simple matter of putting the infrastructure in. This ain't hard to do.
But it's not been done. And let me tell you why I'm advancing this argument, right? The Road Traffic Act says, notwithstanding Road Traffic Act number so-and-so, subsection number 4, where a sign permits you to turn or yield on red, it says you have to yield to oncoming traffic. Some of that nature.
Yeah, and then
it
they
says
put no sign.
where a sign permits now.
Yeah, and then they ain't put no sign.
Right, which means, right, they didn't. Now, I'm just saying this to the public, which means that where there is no sign,
You can't turn.
you can't make the turn. So you're sitting at the light, right? You're sitting at the light. Let me give you a good example. Let's just say I'm on Faith Avenue, right? I'm headed south, and I reach the Cowpen Road, right? What they did do, they have an extension lane that you could actually
The road have a turning lane.
You can make a right onto Cowpen, and you can head east,
Right.
Right? So I'm sitting at the light. I'm going straight ahead. And the person in the back of me blowing their horn. Now, what you want me to do?
Right, because I ain't straight.
I going straight ahead. I'm not turning.
Right.
But they're trying to make it seem as if, listen, you need to make this turn because you can turn on red, but there's no sign that says I can.
But not just that, Bradley. Here's the other thing, right? Turning on left is only half baking the cookie because there are many roads in Nassau, IE or EG, because you can't use IE where you should be using EG. You know, people do that all the time. Right?
It means example. Which one are you using?
EG is example.
Okay.
IE is that
EG.
is. EG is example.
But isn't example spelled E-X-A-M-P-L-E?
Mister, I meet this guy on. It's Latin. It's something for Latin. We can find out. Right?
So what does IE mean?
That is.
Okay.
Right? So, where he is now, because you just make me forget. Robinson Road and Market Street.
Robinson Road,
And Market Street.
Market Street.
There's
Yeah.
no reason why that can't be an automatic right and left turn. Shirley Street.
No.
What do you mean, no?
No.
It have 4 lanes.
No. Robinson Road and Market Street?
Yes.
Only have 2 lanes.
What are you talking
You either heading east or west.
Yes, and I'm saying to you, the right lane, listen, the right lane have a stop sign. There's no need for it to have a stop sign. The road have 4 lanes.
What road up? Okay,
Oh, boy.
hold on. Market
Christopher Russell
Street.
Church.
Right. So you
When
have
you
to
pass
stop at that light.
Listen,
Because you're on Market Street and you reach the Robinson
Correct.
Road junction.
Robinson
Now-
Road has 4 lanes right there. There's no
Are
need.
you sure about that?
Yes. I used to drive Carmichael Road bus, you know.
1, 2.
3, and then the 4th lane that takes you into the one-way corner. That road there
That
have 4
goes to the
lanes.
First Street to Grove?
Yes.
Well, that's 4 lanes up the road, but not right there at the light.
why? Okay, so no,
You
the
had me
4
confused, man.
No, the 4 lane starts from just past the light. Why do I need to stay there on a red light? It should just be a yielded turn. Do you know how far that light does have traffic back
Okay,
on Market Street?
well, you know, people just drive crazy. The person's now headed west.
So it needs to be an orange light.
If you're making a turn as well to go left, they could swing over your lane. Boom.
We don't do it when we're on I-95. You just get your hip inside a 7-lane highway and don't die on I-95.
So that right lane should be emergent.
It should be an orange light. It should be a constant orange. It should be a yielded right turn. As is the case coming off of the Paradise Island Bridge.
Yeah, okay.
There is no reason to stop the right lane
that
of
makes
traffic
sense.
coming off the Paradise Island
that
Bridge
makes sense.
if you going on the Shirley
That
Street.
makes sense.
It should simply be yielded traffic.
And that left lane, because there's no traffic going east.
Precisely.
That should
the
be
left lane should be a constant left turn.
Yeah.
What y'all put this light here for?
You're brilliant.
Man, don't say that. They can start saying
You're
things like I
brilliant.
should run for
You're
Parliament
brilliant.
and take
But
9 into that.
listen, let's ask road traffic to give me and you contracts to go over this entire island with their engineers so we could tell them exactly where they need to put these signs. Because the traffic could be helped. They passed a law, didn't put up the signs.
Right.
And
That was ran with.
Bahamians are just,
That was ran with.
I'm sorry, but there's some people out there
And you know what was funny
who
about
get
the
so
last
angry, man.
administration? This is what was so funny about them, right? They had one bunch of police officers in that administration. You mean to tell me a cabinet full of police officers can't get a left turn, right? You know what is the first thing you learn how to do in the military?
Left,
That's the
Left.
first drill you learn.
Left.
No.
left.
Standing to
right,
attention and left turn.
Left, okay.
How you mess up a left turn, Marvin James? It was a left
Hey,
turn.
I think if the PLP will win this election, they need to correct this problem. If they correct this problem, it could do something
Hold
for
on now, Bradley. Will you vote for the PLP?
them. No.
Man, you just say if they won't win, Bradley.
No.
If they ain't
But
now how?
there's some vexing problems, I believe. If they fix them, they might stand a chance.
I believe they should
Because
get rid of all the
F&M
Japanese cars.
the F&M don't have the power to do it. But they need to fix this. They need to put those signs up where they're supposed to be. Because obviously you cannot turn or make a left turn on red at every intersection. It's obvious you can't do that.
Correct.
But the ones that you can, they need to put those signs up because you're going to save people's lives. Because somebody...
And then there are ones where they need to adjust the road, like by NIB. Because you all have 9 for the sidewalk, right? So what you all have to do is move.
NIB.
Yeah.
But-
NIB and Blue Hill
But
Road.
across where they building a new clinic?
Yes.
Okay.
So you'll have to chisel up some of the sidewalk so that you all could make an actual left lane. Because the left lane or the left lane will now become the center and straight lane, right? And there will be a merging left lane. Y'all also need to jackhammer up that bunch of stupid cement by Esso on East Street South going on to Bougainville Boulevard, Bamboo Boulevard.
Where's this?
East Street
East
South.
Street South.
Going
Bamboo
on to
Boulevard.
Bamboo Boulevard.
Headed east.
You all need to yuck that sidewalk up.
Which one? Which one?
From Phoenix. So you yuck up all the sidewalk from Phoenix.
Oh, yeah. Because the
And-
traffic narrows as you get
And
into
you
the
yuck
light.
up this big piece of cement in the middle of the road. What does kill, but not kill, but what does damage at least 15 cars a year.
And not only that, I don't understand. When you all decide to put up the sidewalks, right? And you have the police blaring their siren, and you have
they mean me.
You got about 6 or
they
7
mean me.
inches
They mean me.
a sidewalk. Where can you? How you can get up on these sidewalks to let these?
My brother, the government could afford to buy you all one new truck every
This new
week.
Providence is one
What
throw
to
together
do
place.
is you drive the government truck on top of the sidewalk. Joycelyn
Where do
grandson,
police expect you to go?
I even asked
Honestly.
them that because that's my business. See, you just get in the business of asking things that ain't my business.
But they're emergency vehicles, and you have the law says when you hear them,
So you know what I do?
you have to pull to the
I have
side.
to make way.
But you cannot pull to the side.
I have to make way. And you build a 12-inch or 16-inch sidewalk,
Yeah, man.
which means you obviously didn't want me to go no further left.
You can't get up on those things.
Yeah. So all I do is I stop the car and I throw my duan in the
And say, nah, where we go? Where we go?
Oh God, oh God. Now what you do? Because I'm not gonna drive my vehicle up there and then the tire buys. Who I can the receipt to? I don't get in them kind of foolishness, bro.
I done burst one tire.
I ain't doing that.
And had to get it,
I ain't doing that.
repaired.
So when I hear woo, 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 what you do, you take it to hand and you show them in the oh God position. Oh God. And that's it, you just
Where you want me to go?
click your flash on.
Because the little small Japanese car, it cannot get up on those
I
8-inch
even ain't attempting.
concrete sideways. It
I ain't
cannot.
attempting it.
Wow.
You don't know how to put your hand on the
I
oh
don't
God.
understand. Listen,
me see your oh
we
God
we living back in the Stone Age way. Honestly, our rules here is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
The government of Bahamas, you got to fix it.
You have to
You
practice.
need to put those signs up where they're supposed to be.
In the oh God position.
Because if you have a car, like third car in the back of you, you know what he does? He swing out, go
right,
around, and then
go
make...
left. Like Crash Bandicoot.
What in the world is this?
Ah, boy. Listen, it's like Alice and Wonderland around this place. It's no wonder Moss ain't dead every year. Don't move. Freedom March will be right back after this break.
Yeah, this is ridiculous, man.
Hello, welcome back to Freedom March. Thank you so much for staying with us through the break. I'm Levan Miller. Bradley Roll is with me. Bradley, let's go to the break.
Carnival.
Not the break. Let's go to the
All right, Carnival and 103.5, The Beat present the Red Cup Special, late night happy hour, every Friday at Carnival, Hurricane Hole Marina, 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. Breathtaking views, $7 drinks, signature cocktails, food specials, jumbo games, giveaways, and the Beat DJs keeping the energy high. Cover, just $25. Pull up, grab a cup, and party with us. Brought to you by Caribbean Wines and Spirits. Drink responsibly. It's a September to remember at Cornet, Bahamas. Get 30% off all windows and doors all month long. Freeport, Nassau, Abaco, and Eleuthero. We carry hurricane impact sliding and impact casement windows, PVC windows, as well as casement doors, sliding doors, and PVC doors. So if you're upgrading for style or preparing for hurricane season, take advantage of our biggest savings of the season only at Cornet, Bahamas. Cornet, Bahamas, dream, design, and deliver.
All right.
All right.
You want to go and do some birthdays?
Yeah, let's do birthdays. So
Yeah.
I got a special read today
Wow.
for the Poises Rogers Home for the Aged, for the
Okay.
aged. So let's do this quickly. Yeah. Miss Medusa, the first picture. It's Tina. Happy birthday to Tina. Oh, you're in Parliament? Okay, so let's move on from that. Okay, Ann Burton. Ann Burton is celebrating a birthday. Happy birthday to Ann Burton from your father, Burton. Also, Chelsea, family members and friends. So happy birthday to Ann Burton. Patricia Smith. Happy birthday, Patricia Smith. From your husband and children, Latoya, Ricardo, and Brianna. So happy birthday to Patricia Smith. Keith Seymour. Attorney Keith Seymour. Happy birthday to Attorney. Yes. So you go ahead and do that.
Yes.
Saying that you got a photo there with him.
Yes.
It's my boy though. He's a nice guy.
Keith
I like him.
attorney at law, actually.
Yeah,
He and I, we met at the Bahama. We had a wonderful time there. I tried to recruit him to become chairman of the FNA, and he told me, my brother, you stand no FN chance. And so, oh boy, the journey continues to go and look for a chairman. I'm looking for a chairman, Bradley.
Okay.
And so I have to find a chairman for the FNA, but I am assured that it under no circumstance will be Keith Seymour, eh? But happy birthday, Keith. I hope you're having a wonderful time. I know that you are, wherever you are, you're having a jolly. Let the jolly continue.
All right. Let's see. Who else do we have? All right. So Henry Doxson.
Yes.
Captain Henry Doxson. Happy birthday to you. Coming from all your family and friends. Hope you live to enjoy many, many more. Then, of course, Andreas Burrows. Happy birthday to Andreas Burrows.
Yes.
Coming in from all your family and friends as
So
well.
he had a wonderful little soiree last night.
Yeah?
Yeah, I attended. It was plush. And the entertainment was rich. And, you know, the vibes were flowing. Bloody J, those were there. Bloody J and, of course, the icon, Gino D.
Mm-hmm.
They performed last evening. A wonderful event. I saw a few of my friends. It was good to run into Opal Farquharson, and it was also good to run into Miss Farrington, and you know, and a cadre of other men and women whom I met in the earlier incarnation of my life. Wonderful, wonderful event, I must say. And so to Andres Burrows, my good friend, I wish to say happy birthday to you as well. And that is coming in from his entry. And of course, his two squad mates whom I live my life in fear of daily, Awa and Anya. And so I trust that there will be more festivities happening. If there are more festivities happening, my friend, just send me the coordinates and I will pull alongside and we will make it so, eh? Well, who else do we have?
All right. So, did you put those two ladies in for me? Oh,
Are they
condolences.
special ladies?
All right, yeah. Very special ladies.
Wow.
We want to give condolences to Mary Claire in loving memory of Mary Beatrice Claire, coming from her children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren and siblings and family and friends. May her soul rest in peace. So condolences to Mary Claire. All right. So yeah, Tina, our sister Tina celebrated birthday. Happy birthday to you, Tina. Happy belated birthday to you. Coming in from all your family and friends, especially those of the Highbury Park Church of Christ. Happy birthday, Tina. We hope you live to enjoy many, many more. And our songbird Leslie Taylor as well celebrated a happy birthday. Belated birthday to you, Leslie. Coming in from all your family and friends, and of course all of us at the Highbury Park Church of Christ. So the Persis Rogers Home for the Aged, right? They would like to first of all thank you for your support to the home over the years, and they thank you so much for your act of kindness. If you're a new supporter, we thank you for agreeing to share in our pursuits. Saturday, November the 1st, we launch our fundraising event, which we know will be successful through our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Below is the flyer with details. Our tickets will soon be ready for distribution, and we appeal for your continued support. Perhaps you may wish to treat your staff to breakfast, lunch, or contribute to our delicious pots, or come on the day to help us. We're even grateful for the circulation of flyer. We look forward to interacting with you soon. Some of you directly, as previously discussed. You can contact me at the Home's office at the numbers listed. That's 325-5092 or 356-0220. Wishing you a wonderful day and week. Warmest regards, Stan, who is the chair of fundraising for the committee. So this is coming from the Persis Rogers Home for the Aged. They're having a fundraiser, soups, sauce, and Artesian's Day. It's Saturday, November the 1st, 7:30 a.m. to 3 p.m., Hawthorne Road, Oaksville. You can call them 325-5096 or 356-0220.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
All right. And so, with that, let's shift some gears and talk some politics. I like to talk politics. So I've done a little bit of anecdotal research, and I thought to myself, with the elections now 9 months away, right? Is that 9?
We don't know. It could be in November.
I tell you, election.
It could be this year.
Oh boy, election May 5th, 2026. Brave ain't going before 26. Take my word for it, right? So, how far May is from now?
We're
We have
now in
October,
September. That's 3.
November, December,
8 months about.
January, February, March, April, May. So with elections 8 months away, I thought to myself, right? I know that the Prime Minister was he was happy as a Chester cat. You ever hear about that?
I hear that expression.
Old people say sometimes a Chester
Is
cat.
it Chester or Chester?
Some people say Chessie cat,
Okay.
right? So he was happy as a Chessie cat when he saw that there were people in the Caribbean who had elections recently, and many of them had been returned to power, right? And so the Prime Minister said that it is encouraging to see that happen. It is encouraging to see that people are rewarding governments who have performed. But I thought about something, right? And I was listening, because I'm still following the Jamaican, the spin-off from the election. I thought that Mark Golding may have decided to step down since he's lost the election. But no, he looks like he's going to stay on. And one of the arguments made by one of the pundits in Jamaica was Mark Golding has had, although not the victory in the election, he's had quite a bit of a victory by removing 30% of the margin that Andrew Holness enjoyed.
Yeah,
So,
they close that, especially with the seats
massive
too.
closing, right?
Yeah.
And so they lost 30% of the seats, right? And I know that I don't want to talk about Jamaican politics here, but I do want to transplant that concept, right? Because there are some people that are from the school of thought that says that the PLP will do a second term, right? They looked very fanciful yesterday at their church service over there at Valentino. What is Bishop Valentino's name?
Williams,
Church.
right down there, Bacardi Road.
Yeah. And they came out in good numbers. But watching the cadre of men and women, I thought to myself, after watching the Jamaicans on TV, of course, what would happen to the Progressive Liberal Party if they suffered the same fate as the JLP? Presently, the Prime Minister enjoys a majority of 32, 6, and 1, right?
32.
Yeah, the PLP has 32 seats in the Parliament.
Yeah.
If they lost 30% of those seats, that would be somewhere in the general area of 10 seats, right? Yeah, 9.28 seats.
6, 9 maybe.
So about 10
Yeah,
seats.
yeah.
Let's say 9 just
Yeah.
just for laughs. So if you take away 9 seats from 32 seats, that leaves them at how many seats? 23 seats. Right? Great. Presently, they have a cabinet of 26 people.
Where are you going with this?
I'm trying to figure out who could the Progressive Liberal Party survive without. No, put up the flyer. Who could the Progressive Liberal Party survive without if by chance Michael Pintard erodes into the
Well, the FNM
margin?
The FNM is going to win more seats than they won
I
in the
don't
last
believe that. I
election.
believe that Philip Davis is setting to Mia Motley this boy.
Why you say boy?
This person, this man, whatever
The
you want to
leader
call
of the
him.
opposition.
Yeah, I believe that he is about to get the Mia Motley put on him.
Okay.
Put up the flyer with the Progressive Liberal Party slated candidates in the past election. Presently, they have. This is all of them. 3, 6, 9, 12,
3,
15,
6, 8.
18,
3, 8,
21, 24. Okay. There's no problem.
There's no problem with this.
Okay. And on the top row, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
8.
6, 7 cabinet ministers.
Oh.
We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the second row, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 7 and 9 is 16. So on this poster here, we have 16 members of the cabinet, right? We would have to figure out, in a cabinet of 26 people, right, who among this chunk of cabinet ministers here could the cabinet survive without? What happens if a Progressive Liberal Party sees an unseated Fred Mitchell in a two-peat? What happens to the Progressive Liberal Party? What happens if a victorious Progressive Liberal Party sees a defeated Wayne Munro? What happens to the Progressive Liberal Party? Who do we now look for as Minister of National Security? Do we have an automatic replacement in our minds for that person?
But they could always work it out. The problem is if they lose the seats that they need to win. It isn't so much the cabinet ministry.
It absolutely matters the cabinet ministry.
They'll find
So
somebody.
I say, here's the way, and I don't need to tell you this because you're in business, right? Here is why you can never charge less for a job. Because if you can do the job for less, then you can never justify charging more. You follow me?
Not necessarily.
If you can
may
do
do
the
it for
job
less,
for less.
You may do it for less as a favor
If
because
you-
you know somebody.
Listen to the point I make it. So you make it known on your invoice that this job costs this thing.
But because it's you,
Because it's you,
I will do it for this.
which doesn't affect the price of the job.
No.
You are now getting some specialty discount.
Favor.
Correct. But the price of the job is this here. So you know what that means? When you refer me, please do not tell anybody that I did it for you at this price.
Absolutely.
Because I
Absolutely.
cannot do the job at that price.
Absolutely.
The point I'm making is if Mr. Davis thought that he needed 26 people to sit in his cabinet, right? What happens if he comes out of a two-peat with 23 people? Remember now, he can lose up to, what did the maths tell me? He can lose right now up to 48% of the seats that he has and still retain power.
How many total seats? How many?
No, he can lose 48%
Okay, so how
of the
many
seats
seats
and
you
retain
need?
power.
How many seats you need?
20.
I thought it was 19.
20.
How many seats?
And
are
I
there
would
now?
argue that you need 21 because one of these people have to be the speaker.
How many seats are there now?
39.
39.
So you need 21
Oh, so
seats.
you need 20 seats.
You need 21 because you need 20 and a speaker.
All right.
So,
How much you need to win the election?
21,
How many seats are there?
39.
So if you win 20 seats, you get the other
If you
party
win
up
20
19.
seats, if you win 20 seats, not a house is split 19-19. How will you ever get anything passed in the house? because the speaker has no
All
vote.
right, but I wouldn't understand that.
The speaker doesn't have a vote.
Okay, okay.
So when you vote on a bill in the parliament,
So you need 21 seats to win.
you need 21 seats to form a sensible government, yes. Other than that, it wouldn't make no sense come into parliament. You'd have to knock down people in the opposition, so they have to be out sick, so they can't come to parliament. Or the government ministers will never be able to travel anywhere because they would have to always be here for parliament. You understand my point?
Okay, okay.
So you need to have even if it's a razor thin margin of a majority, you need to have that majority so that you could actually have a functioning parliament, right?
So, man, you're trying to say that you don't think the PLP can survive if they lose certain key
No,
cabinet
I'm
ministers?
saying to you, listen to what I said again. Andrew Holness lost 29% of his majority,
Yeah.
but he was still able to hold 35
And win.
seats
Yeah.
and win. Mr. Davis has applauded Mr. Holness for his being able to hold on to his government, right? Albeit his government has had a share of 30% of the seats that they once held. That naturally means, when you think about people like Ms. Vaz, who, according to many Jamaicans, claim she was a very top performing member of the last administration, but she lost her seat. What do you do if you lose key components in your administration?
What can you do?
That's what I,
What can you do?
I'm invoking thought here. So these are things you have to consider. So you have to consider who can don't win. That makes sense? Put the flyer back up with the PLPs so I could look at them.
I mean,
Could you imagine?
You want to look and see who can lose.
Yeah, who can don't win? Y'all like that? Y'all like how I say that?
Now, on the streets now,
Mm-hmm.
the talk is that quite a few of these people on this screen right now in trouble.
Which of the people? Tell me.
I'm not going to do that.
We're gonna open the phone line so they can tell us. But just tell me what the men tell you.
I'm not going to do that.
You are a holy man. You've been up to the mountain. What did the mountain say when you've been up there?
This country is so immature when it comes to people having their political opinions that I've learned. The best thing to do is to keep it decent.
Then just be like me and be happy
But
that God born you
but
poor,
what I-
and there's nothing no one could ever do, because if threatening you with poverty is their plan,
what I can
am
tell
a
you-
subject matter expert at poverty. You can't threaten me with that.
But what I can tell you is that there are some folks on the screen right now who are in trouble.
Okay.
At least 9 of them
Okay.
right now on the screen
Okay.
who are in trouble.
So what do you think of Brave Davis? What do you think of Brave Davis?
I won't say anything.
What do you think of Brave Davis re-elected PLP looks like without a Joe Bet Colby Davis? Somebody that he is touted as the ideal person to drive energy reform, to drive the redevelopment of how we do power and sustainability. If we lose her, do we risk it all to bring her back through the Senate?
She isn't up there, eh?
Isn't she up there,
Is she up
dying
there?
her
Oh, yeah,
in the top line?
She's in the top row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I don't know. I can't say. I know one thing for sure. We can't lose people like Glennis Arnold Martin.
But what if? So what if?
We can't
What
lose
if?
her.
What if a re-elect? And okay, and see, this is where you run into problems, right? Because we saw this with Mr. Christie and Mr.
Yeah,
Nordage
lose her.
in Centerville and being down. What if we say, man, Glennis is so firm that in a boundary cut, we push Glennis Anna more east towards Marathon, right? And somehow, the people that are responsible for the gerrymandering miscalculate, and they pushed Glennis so deep into Marathon that the Marathonians kill her with beating over there. And she loses her seat in a razor-thin margin by 2 or 3 votes.
You can't lose Pierre Global Rule.
You're going too fast. What if we lose a Glennis Anna Martin? Do we want her in the cabinet that badly that we bring her back through the Senate?
I don't know.
She's old. We could certainly say that she spent her time. It's been 25 years. I think she's possibly the longest serving member in the parliament right now. Consistent serving member of parliament. I don't think anybody in there has sat longer than her.
This is the cabinet you're saying?
This is the progressive.
Let me ask a question. Michael Alcides. What's his constituency?
St. Barnabas. But we've proven that Michael is expendable in a victory.
But
we need Michael bad enough that we can bring Michael through the Senate.
Cartwright the member of parliament for St. Barnabas?
Yes.
Michael Alkitis is running St. Barnabas.
Yes. He also happens to be the Minister of Economic Affairs.
Right, but he's not sitting in St. Barnabas.
No.
Okay.
And I'm saying to you, so we know.
Why is he up here?
Because these are the candidates.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
I'm saying to you, listen again slowly. We already know that win, lose, draw, rain, sleet, or snow, there will not be a Davis cabinet that don't have Michael Alkitis in it.
Okay, you definitely. But guess what? Michael Alkitis doesn't have the ministry to perform in the PLP government.
Now you understand my point.
Yeah, he doesn't have the ministry.
Remember now, but the law
he can still be extremely productive and viable.
But the law only provides for 3 of those that you could bring to the Senate. And besides, do you want to fill up your Senate with a bunch of cabinet ministers? How do you give chances to other political...
Let me tell you, I can be honest with you, because I don't understand all of this quite clearly.
What is that? What do you
Let me tell you the problem is. My thing is that you have to win with the numbers first.
Sure.
And figure out the cabinet afterwards.
And me and you are agreeing, and I'm saying to you, it
so
is easy to figure out the
get into
cabinet.
all this speculation about what if you lose this. What
It
if
is
you lose
easy.
9 of these seats?
This is my point. It is easy to figure out the cabinet when you got 32 people to pick from. But let's just say Mr. Davis has clapped up Mr. Holness for retaining his government. What if Davis comes through and loses 30% of his margin? Which of these people can we expend in a PLP victory that would not change the quality of governance?
Now, Alfred says it's out, right? He's not running.
Sure.
He's already said that he is in.
Sure.
All right. So that I don't know if that really affects the PLP here or there.
Sure.
I don't know.
Okay, so we could lose Alfred.
But
who else can we expend?
But legally, he has a brilliant mind from a legal perspective.
Sure.
Did he ever serve as Attorney General?
He was. He was actually Attorney General and Minister of Education at the same time.
Okay. All right.
Can the Progressive Liberal Party survive a first, second consecutive term in 40 years and not have a Fred Mitchell in their cabinet?
I think so.
You believe so? Mm-hmm. I believe Fred Mitchell will burn the whole PLP down before he let that happen.
Because he lost before.
Yeah,
right?
but so did the PLP.
Yeah.
So I'm saying a winning PLP and a losing Fred Mitchell. What do you imagine that looks like?
I don't know.
They will have to bring Fred to the Senate.
But we've had other Minister of Foreign Affairs who's done not as well as Fred, but I mean, even Stephen with him.
Who? Like which one? Let me give you the names. Brent Simonet?
Who else?
Darren Enfield?
Who else?
I don't even remember who else was Minister of Foreign Affairs off the top of my head. No, it was Fred was Foreign Affairs in both Christie administrations, yes. He was Immigration and Foreign Affairs, I think, at one point, and then just Foreign Affairs.
But there's a lot of complaints for Fred. A lot of people complain about Fred and the way
and so now you're going exactly
he
to my
operates
point.
this foreign affairs thing.
So to my point is, the machinery of politics has to be driven.
They
by
have to
something.
figure it out. My brother, if they win and
Let's
some of
open
these
the
key
phone lines.
fellas don't show back up.
Let's ask the people on the phone. 323-777-5, 698-0775. Can a progressive liberal party two-peat exist harmoniously without a Michael Darville? What does Michael Darville do if he doesn't retain his seat?
I don't know. We've had Minister of Health before.
Yeah, but what if we have some no names hold on to their seat and all of the name brands get beat?
That's interesting. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what it'll be.
We want to talk about it on the next side of the break. Who in this PLP government is expendable? Everybody feel like they doing miraculously well. Some of these fellas, if you ask them, they turning water into wine. To all of the members of the FNA at our new meeting spot, the Buck, that's our new headquarters. We're going to come down there so that we could have meeting minutes kept. Until then, though, y'all don't move. We're going to the break, and we'll be back after this. Hello, welcome back to Freedom March. Thank you for staying with us. I'm Levan Miller. You're listening to us on channel 103.5, The Beat FM. Channel 224, that's cable. Channel 112, that's Flow. And ILTV Studios, if you are already listening to us, I don't say that to you because you know our call signs. I'm saying it so that you could call your friends and have your friends cut off whatever else they listen to and tell them it's possibly nonsense and that they want to come over here and listen to us over on Freedom March, where often the goal is to inform, to educate, and sometimes we even entertain. So since Bradley can tell me what would a Fred Mitchell-less victory for the PLP, or a Joe Bet Colby Davis-less victory for the PLP, or I don't know, who else? Well,
They'll have to figure it out.
I know they will have to figure it out, but do you think the party could have the same kind of synergy if certain names are missing?
I see no reason why not. I don't know. But there's some calls.
Yeah, let's go to the phone line.
But we want to send a special shout out to Bishop Moses Johnson,
Yeah.
who's listening to us today. We appreciate you, Bishop. And thank you for tuning in, eh?
I also want to shout out my cousin Donna, who say I always just come to the party after she leave and she could beat me. And Bradley, I want to tell my cousin Donna that if she beat me, they are going to charge her with attempted murder. Because at my age, if you beat me, I would probably have shortness of breath. I would need an ambulance. I would also need a stretcher. I can need the good ambulance with the oxygen, not the little skinny ones. So if you don't bring the skinny little ambulance, because this is going to be serious, and I'm going to be in chronic need of help. All right?
All right, but yes, some people.
So let's go to the phone line. Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March. Caller there?
Sorry for waiting, caller. Sorry about that. Welcome to Freedom March. Caller, you're live. Are you there, caller? I guess they've been waiting so long, producer. Welcome to Freedom March. Caller, you're live. 323-7775 is the number to call. Welcome to Freedom March, caller. You're live, caller.
Good afternoon, Spiritual. And good afternoon, Mr. Miller.
Hey, Antoine.
What's going on, Antoine?
Right on, man.
Great.
Antoine, boy, Antoine, I really enjoy this cell phone jammer you have, boy. I don't know. You ever see Antoine's cell phone jammer cut off all the other people's phone?
Block him so he can get through. What's on your mind, Antoine?
Well, I listen to this. Let me say good afternoon to the nation first before
Indeed.
I get into anything. Now, Levan, you're absolutely correct, Mr. Miller. And that's something that I've been saying from about 4 years ago. But Mr. Davis came across the finish line with 32 seats. I said, now the next election, we don't need to set the standard nor the bar so high. Now, don't get me wrong, Mr. Miller. I absolutely agree with what you say and what you've been saying for at least several months that I've heard you, that Prime Minister Davis is looking to put Mia Motley.
He can be a Motley, this boy. Yeah.
But Mr. Miller, I don't want to see, as a spiritual, I don't want to see a cabinet, or I don't want to see a PLP government pulling a Mia Motley in the Bahamas.
Sure.
Right? I want to see, and this is where the conversation comes into what you're talking about now. I want to see a better balance in the parliament, right? You continue to ask spiritual, Levon, what does the PLP look like minus 30%
Right.
of its seats?
Right.
The good thing about Mr. Davis, he has the most prepared government and cabinet, perhaps outside of the first Christie administration and the first Shilinden Finland administration.
Sure.
Because he has a good young slate of candidates who have gained immeasurable experience from substantive cabinet positions to secondary positions at the cabinet table to parliamentary secretaries, which is a very important position, which is a junior position to the cabinet, right? Which also prepares you for the real deal, for the big dance. If you recall, Michael Alcides served as a PALSEC under a Christie administration, right? And then he was promoted to Minister of State, right? And now he's a substantive minister, right?
And
And
finance?
so you have many persons who have gone through the ropes who are still very valid, credible, and with integrity today
Right.
in the Davis administration, who would have served under a Christie administration,
Sure.
right?
Sure.
Including the Prime Minister. And
Sure.
he's ensuring that the preparation is continued. And so let's move to the next part of this conversation, which is a question. What does a cabinet look like minus 30% of the Progressive Liberal Party members of Parliament? Mr. Davis, one of the things Mr. Davis admitted to when he formed his government, that also, if you recall, Spiritual and Mr. Miller, on the by-election campaign trail in West Grand Bahama and Bimini, Mr. Ingram also spoke to it, right? Although he was the one who bastardized the cabinet. He was the very one, right? But he admitted in hindsight that that was a mistake. And Mr. Davis said it is very difficult to outfit a cabinet when you have such a huge winning mandate. It becomes a challenge and a problem. It becomes an expense problem, and it becomes a problem of appointing people and looking to satisfy their appetite for more.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying, Spiritual and Miller?
All right.
Miller, you there?
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be an issue at all. It's the point that I'm making.
What
Not
happens,
for
what
Mr.
happens
Davis.
though, Antoine, hear me out, what happens if, and I use air quotations, what happens if we have no names that are re-elected and name brands that are unseated? I get it. You will use the provision in the law that permits 3 of them to come to the Senate, right?
Right.
But do you really want to clog up the Senate with cabinet ministers, right? Do you want to use the Senate for other people who have performed admirably over the time that the Progressive Liberal Party has existed and has some political acumen to go in there and to jockey or to, you know what I mean?
So that everyone gets an opportunity.
Right. So you don't want to pack up the Senate with cabinet ministers. That's I don't
Absolutely
imagine that is any prime minister's ideal position to be in, right?
What?
And you really and truly only should use it when you are bringing in my view, specialists or people that are immensely talented. So I'm talking about the Michael
People are
Barnett.
absolutely necessary.
I'm talking about the Vincent Van der Poel Wallaces in his time. Right? Because it depends on who you ask. Vincent was good, but if you ask another group of people, not so much. But he was sold to the country or to the nation as a specialist, right?
Right.
And so I get it.
He was a tourism specialist.
Right. So you reach for people like those through the Senate in an extraordinary circumstance. But I'm looking at this lineup. I can tell you that if Frederick Audley Mitchell doesn't hold on to his seat, Mr. Davis will have no choice. Fred Mitchell is coming through the Senate.
No question.
But let's just say, right? We do this in politics. We gerrymander the lines. We know that Glennis is inside a nice little cove, so we grab her eastern border and we pull it all the way to Shell gas station.
Okay.
Because we figure we got about 900 votes, give or take, Glennis could play with.
Right.
But we pull her a little too far east, and she get a BJ Nordich put on her.
Oh, boy.
You follow? Well, under no circumstance do I doubt in my mind Glennis coming back through the Senate.
Right.
But what happens because the cabinet is so robust, right? It's about 26 of them. What happens if you lose so many of your juggernauts?
Approximately, I would say.
Right? And you have the no-names that are left.
Right.
I mean, does the PLP still have the same feng shui?
Going back to what I said initially from the onset. See, Prime Minister Davis plays chess, not checkers like the rest of them. Right? He has a prepared cabinet. He has a huge cabinet, and in that hugeness, they are prepared people. Any one of them, any one of his ministers of state, any one of his pal sects could step into a substantive cabinet post.
All right.
All right. I can let you go with this, Antoine.
Competently.
We hear you.
I can let you go with this, Antoine. You ready? He still there? He ain't there.
Let me up.
Oh, this is the thing I want to let you go on. Then why he ain't shuffle none of these big grown 6-foot man or the parliamentary secretary positions yet, and at least let them be ministers of state. They only got 8 more months left to go, Antoine. I got to go with that one, though.
All right, Miller.
You
Alright.
can't do it because of the height now.
What you mean? It's Pal secretary. Don't sound like a fella who's 6'5". You can't be 6'5" and is a Pal sec.
Anyhow.
Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March.
Good afternoon.
Hey,
Miller,
hey.
all we're doing is speculating on the next election.
But that's
Miller,
all we could do, eh?
Yeah, we only speculating. No man knows the future.
Sure.
When Perry Christie got beat by minutes, did anybody see that coming?
No.
And all them cabinet ministers got fired?
No. No one saw that.
No one saw that, eh?
Yeah, and the PLP.
And number two is we cannot compare ourselves with Jamaica. Jamaica parish carry over 20,000 people in each one of those parishes.
Yeah.
Only carry 7,000.
Sure.
So you got 3 persons in this area fighting for 7,000 people. You don't know who will win that seat.
No, I got you.
Every one of these seats is up for grab.
Sure.
Ain't nobody sure on no seat. When that house is dissolved, no one is sure who's going to win.
Yeah,
But
Only speculating.
But I'm sure the
Because
politicians
in the last
assume
4
they have
years,
some
we had
science.
several young people graduate out of these schools who are eligible to vote.
Sure.
Sign 18.
Sure.
Yeah.
Vote 7,000 every year or 10,000.
Sure.
You
Yeah.
don't know where they're going to go and who they're going to be loyal to.
So,
It
so
takes money to win an election in the Bahamas. You hear me?
Yeah.
If you ain't got no money, you ain't going to win.
so caller, who has the influence on the youth right now?
The youth, the young people ain't loyal to nobody.
Oh,
Not this generation. It's quite obvious.
okay. Thank you so
They're
much.
not loyal to nobody. So anybody can win. Lincoln Bain, our party right now, has taken a lot of PLPs and FNM in the last 4 years.
And I tell you, the
So you have to
FNA.
be careful what we're saying in the Bahamas.
Yeah,
You have to pray for safe election.
A lot of
And not
young,
who can win.
a lot
You
of
have to
young
pray for
people.
safe election.
And
That's
call,
great.
I tell you, the FNA is gaining steam daily, and its population is swelling in leaps and bounds. So I share your sentiment.
That's exaggeration.
What you talking about? Let's take another phone call. Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom Bahaj. Oh, ye of little faith.
Good day, spiritual advisor. Good day, Levon Miller.
Good afternoon. Yes, sir.
Listen. Every person can be replaced in government.
Sure.
Everyone.
Yes.
Once the people tired, they gone.
Agreed. But do you
If-
believe that you could still have the same level of synergy?
Yes, you
For
can.
instance, if the PLP wins and Fred Mitchell suffers a crushing defeat in Fox Hill, if they tell Fred he can't be in the cabinet, I believe he'll burn the cabinet building down. No one will be in the cabinet. You see what I'm saying?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I just
I
think
don't
that there
think
are
so.
some people,
Listen
and
to me, people can be replaced.
I say that figuratively. I say that
understand
figuratively.
you.
But I'm saying there are some people. Okay, the reason the law provides the avenue for a prime minister to bring cabinet ministers through the Senate is because the law understands that not all fellas who good at being in cabinet good at winning seat, right?
I agree.
So the law has already predicted that as a possibility. But I'm saying
Anything is possible.
But I'm saying if you have a cabinet now that, okay, the prime minister has 32 seats in the parliament. Out of the 32, 6 ain't in the cabinet,
Right.
which means the other rest are all in cabinet.
Okay.
If the blast happens May 5th, boom, and May 6th we count, and we go on from 32 to 22 or 23. See, the thing I was telling Essay was, if you tell the population, there's so much to do in the country, we need heavy lifting, I need a big cabinet, right? That was what the prime minister's reason was for this robust cabinet, right?
Right.
So, how do you come back now and say, well, I really only didn't need 12, I really didn't need 26. And then, which 12?
Okay, listen to this. One of your favorite ministers is Jomo Campbell.
Yeah, because Jomo is like Omo.
If Jomo was to lose his seat, him along with Minister Wayne Monroe, they will go right back to defending criminals, right?
Sure, that's what they good at.
And they will be the sharpest set of lawyers. I mean, they're already sharp now, but they'll be more sharper, if you see where I'm coming from.
Sure.
Secondly, you have plenty ministers in government, right? They already have businesses. You think that ministers who in power, they ain't gonna set themselves up before they come out of power?
What
Well,
you- what you
that's,
mean
if
by
they,
that?
that's if they know they coming out, because some people really believe they're going back.
Yeah, but even all if they think they're going back, they can still set themselves up for the next couple of years for them and their family.
What you mean by set yourself up? What are you talking about?
Any minister who's in now, right? If you have a business. You can look out for your business, even though if things don't go right. You still can support your business, and you can make sure some of the government entities or whatever support your business.
But okay, so the question then is, see, the reason why the Free National Movement is in the position they're in now is because, you remember the era of the Young Turks? You remember them?
Yeah.
None of them was good enough to win no election by themselves. Check. None. Not a single one.
Okay.
Right? So the house they build the FNM on, or the foundation they build the FNM on, was a bunch of fellas who can't win no election. They had no political juggernauts among that bunch. Right? They just was young, and I guess, I don't know, young, and they had red neckties. So they say, oh, this is the future of the FNM. But check it. All of them have been whitewashed from politics. Right? What happens if, you say things like, oh, Jomo have political acumen. You say things like Pierre Glover has political leadership acumen, right? What if you lose them? Everybody can't survive 5 years out the parliament.
Right now, I think plenty of them struggling though.
I know. We'll see. I'm just anxious to see what happens if the election results mirror that of the JLP. If the PLP loses 30% of its margin, will the PLP be in a position to rally and sally towards a third term, or will they be decimated to the point, because they've lost synergy, that they may spend 10 more years in the wilderness because they lost the synergy? You follow me?
I follow you.
Yeah.
But,
Thank you so much.
But if this gerrymandering thing come on stream, a lot of grounds and areas can be marched right up.
Well, we can see.
All right, thank you so much, caller.
All right, y'all take care.
Appreciate it.
Take care. Next caller, please.
I hope they don't kill Glennis trying to gerrymander. Hey, caller.
Hi, Devon.
Hey.
How you doing, Mr.
This sound like South Beach.
Advisor?
Yes, ma'am.
You all right?
Doing well, thank you.
The only person who was going to win this election is Almighty God.
Yes.
God have already set people up. Don't forget now. God has set you up, and He's put you there. Sometimes He take you down.
So you mean to tell me you don't know? You don't know who will win the election?
Listen, only God knows who's going to win
You
this
mean to tell me
election.
you don't know? You don't know? You don't
Anyhow,
know?
Mr. Spiritual Advisor,
You
I
don't
am
know.
going to say my party is going to get 2 turns.
See that?
My government
You see
has
that?
done a lot for the young people
So you wasn't being
in this
honest.
country. Hold on, let me speak, and then you speak after. My government has done a lot of
You wasn't being
stuff for the
honest,
young
caller.
people in this country. They give them entrepreneurs, they give them jobs.
Yeah.
They created government agency that they can go on government jobs.
Yeah.
You wasn't being honest, caller.
If Dr. Darwin get beat, if Dr. Darwin get beat in his seat, that is a very important man for the government.
So we got to bring him
They
to the
will
Senate.
make him senator as Minister of Health.
Okay.
He is a very important person in the party.
Okay.
If Liam Monroe get beat for national security,
We got to bring him to the
there who will replace him. We have people there who can work underneath those positions.
So you're saying Michael Darwell is not expendable, but Wayne Monroe is expendable?
I am saying to you, hold on. I am saying to you, give me a chance. If Dr. Darwell get beat, he's a very important person inside.
Right.
That's in the PLP.
Yeah.
He is very important. Then the Prime Minister will put him as a senator and bring him as
Yes.
Minister of Health.
I got that, yes.
Now, Mr. Wayne Monroe, is Wayne Monroe get beat?
Yeah.
Wayne Monroe could probably come in as a senator.
You sure? We
What?
only
Hold on.
got 3 of them
Hold
now.
on. He will come in as a senator, but you got to look at it now. You can't put too much senator in.
Right, you only get 3.
Keith Bell could replace this. Keith Bell could replace his seat. Okay? But Keith Bell was a police officer before.
We ain't know if we want the
All right?
police be in charge of national security. That don't look at that as Waco too good. So okay, so what if Darwell, Monroe, Hannah Martin, and Halkitis Lewis?
Get Glennis off that list. Never. Not my own member of parliament. I select you ministry. Not Glennis Hannah Martin. And not
Yeah.
what do you say? Halkitis.
Yeah.
No.
They might
I
kill
can
her in the
tell you,
boundary.
she is looking good for her period.
Yeah.
In St. Barnabas.
Yeah.
She is just looking good.
So
Yeah,
Right.
well.
First advice, don't take the liquid.
No.
She tried by doing
I
the
just
show.
don't like how
And you
the-
can't touch Glennis.
I just don't like how.
All right, Caller,
I,
appreciate you.
I just don't like how dishonest the caller was.
Yeah.
Because in the first instance, she said,
She ain't safe.
she says that nobody knows who's going to win the
Except
next
for God.
election, right?
Yeah, but she have a good idea.
And then she, in the same breath, says, listen, my party can do 2 terms.
Yeah.
Ma'am,
She asked God.
I was always suspicious of that woman, you know.
She better than ask God.
I don't believe she's safe. Anyhow, let's
Hello,
go.
Caller, welcome to Freedom March.
Hey,
Hey,
the woman missed a word. She should have said, I would want my party to win again.
Yeah.
She only missed one word.
no, you can't do that. Call her.
But let me say
Hold on. You cannot do that. You can't say she missed no word. She said what she had to say. It wasn't you who was talking, you know.
You don't miss a word sometimes, Mr.
Man,
Advisor.
anyhow.
Let me go, because you
Yeah,
can cut me, so let me
Yeah.
try again, my little piece.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Listen to me. You talking about if Monroe get beat and if Mr. Mitchell get beat, what will happen to the PLP cabinet?
Yeah.
If Mr. Davis get beat, the PLP cabinet will roll.
I
That's how
agree.
deep the PLP bench is.
I agree, but
The bench of the PLP is very deep.
But what about the synergies? Will they still have the necessary pieces for you a sportsman?
Yeah,
Okay.
halfway.
And you know that sometimes you could move one player out the lineup, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, for instance, Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski, right?
Now you're talking football. Let's talk
The
basketball.
other 6 of these fellas could go sit down. As long as Rob could catch the ball in the middle and Tom could throw the ball, these 2 people could win a Super Bowl. They even need
Right.
the rest of these fellas, right?
But let me say this.
Uh-huh.
You said that the lady said something about Mr. Dabble, Dr. Dabble. I don't know if she mean it because he's the only doctor in the cabinet, right? But Ramad Wells was Minister of Health and he wasn't no doctor.
Yeah, I ain't sure that was the best minister of health.
Yeah, but I think he might have been one of the worst. But I'm just saying, you don't have to be in that position.
No, I got you.
But now, if you move, you're talking about carrying Glennis Hanna, the Honorable Glennis Hanna, after shells on Malvern Road.
Yeah.
Miss Glennis Hanna is popular. I don't care where you care, people can vote for.
You could care Adelaide. You could care her
People
line by
can vote for
Adelaide.
Glennis Hanna Martin.
Yeah, I think so, though.
She's
Yeah.
a popular person.
Yeah, I think so,
Okay.
though.
And she's a well-liked person.
Well,
So-
she's popular, but you remember now, she doesn't work.
But BJ Nordage
Some
proved
said
to us,
she
Caller,
doesn't
that
work.
boundaries could kill popularity.
No. See a person like Glennis Hanna, people will vote for Glennis Hanna for 3 things. 1, because of her work. 2, because of her name. And 3, because of her fame. Glennis Hanna Martin right now today. And I can get some kickback for this. Then she acts as Prime Minister. I don't know if she just because she's a woman and Toogie and what them boys say name you get plot up head there.
Boogie plat of head.
Yeah, they seem like they just want to behave.
Yeah.
They seem you check the record.
Well, I know.
All
No,
right,
check the record. Honestly, check it.
we gotta go,
Then she's
caller.
acting Prime Minister, they behave.
Yeah, Pookie
Yeah.
them and stay home them weekend.
We gotta go. Thanks so much, hey, caller.
Appreciate you, Caller. Let's take one more before we get out of here.
last
Hello,
one.
Caller. Welcome to Freedom March. Turn your radio down. Turn your radio down. Turn your radio down.
I don't know, just because
No, just kill the call. Let's take another one. Hello, Caller. Welcome to Freedom March. Call you down.
Hello?
Hi.
Hey, good afternoon. How you doing?
Good.
Yeah, just joining in this specific conversation. Some people saying who's going to win the next election. So let's be honest. Let's look at the PLP ticket and the person who's running. The PLP is producing new young leaders. The PLP has a forefront of the best women in government for the last probably 10, 15 years. You have Leslie Miller, Joe Beck-Colby David, and the rest of those peers overall.
Sure.
So if you look at it, look at what they've done in their constituencies. I don't think the PLP has lost any zeal when it comes to the upcoming election.
You and me
Celebrate.
share that view, you know. I just wanted to know if the outcomes here mirrored the outcomes in Jamaica. The Jamaican Prime Minister has made history as the first JLP leader to three-peat, right? History made. But at a considerable cost. He's lost 30% of his margin. right? But he's still the government. And all I'm
Right.
saying is, should the same thing happen to the Progressive Liberal Party? Can
No,
we
no,
anticipate that they will still be the same well-oiled machine? Can we anticipate that in government they will still be as efficient? Are there some pieces that just cannot go missing?
Yeah, the PLP is not going to lose 30%. Let's be honest. That's why I'm saying to you, look at persons like Jamal Strong. These are people who genuinely care. Leslie and Miller, these people who genuinely care. All right? So when you look at that ticket, and I have nothing against the FNM, I'm Bahamian. I will vote for the best candidate, and that's how I think every Bahamian should think about it, not just by party.
Thank you so much,
You should look at who is going to.
Appreciate you calling me all the time. So
Yeah, man.
EG stands for exempli gratia, and it means
IE.
for example, and IE stands for id-s, that is. Anyway, you hear the jingle. That don't mean I owe the show. It certainly means I owe the time, though. Thank you so much for joining us here on 103.5 The Beat FM. I'm Levan Miller. This is Freedom March. We'll see you again tomorrow.
If it's the Lord's will, we'll be back.